Welcome back, everyone. We're back again with Boston United on our journey through Premier League football and beyond. In the last episode, we played against Wolves and Tottenham, where we beat Wolves 1-0 in the Carabao Cup quarterfinal, and then played Tottenham and lost 4-1 in the league, where what's his name, Nick Champion, whichever, scored 4 against us, which wasn't ideal at all. Since then, we've been on a pretty decent run of form. We're also in the January transfer window, and we've made a couple of signings, so it's not too bad. But yeah, since then we played Norwich, bet them 1-0. Gonzalo Barrera scored 1. Played Everton, Salimbe, Rian, and Arp scored. Rian's a bit of a white-hot form at the moment. Went to Swansea, Rian put 4 past them. Miranda opened the scoring, and then they got consolation goal in the dying minutes of the game. Stoke, Rian picked up another goal, Salimbe and Boateng. First leg of the Man City game, Marco Asensio scored, and then we equalised for Salimbe. It was a pretty even game. We just couldn't get anything out of it, which was kind of annoying. Went to Burnley, bet them 3-1. Rian got a brace again. Boateng opened the score sheet, and then Iwobi got a consolation goal in the dying minutes again. Played against Crystal Palace, Rian scored, and Arp scored a penalty. More of a consolation goal. He came off the bench and got a goal. But yeah, damn. Rian is in white-hot form at the moment. He scored 18 goals this season. I'm not sure how many are in the league. I believe 11 in the league and 7 assists. His best goal tally was 18 in the league. And since we still have about 5 months left, he's probably going to break that record. I don't think he'll break his goal tally where he had about 35 goals in all competitions. I think it was that much. I'll just double check. Because if it was his second season, 28, actually 10 more goals, he could probably break it. And that was the season he played 54 games, and what is he on now? Should go back to him. He's on 29 with 18 goals and 9 assists, so that's pretty impressive. And he's 2 assists off what he was before, so he's hitting those heights again. Man City have actually came in to try to buy him. They recently bought the centre back we were looking to buy in the summer, and they spent a shit ton of money already. Transfers, transfer history. So they brought in Nana Uwasu Ansa, and I can't remember if Petro was at the beginning of the season or he's at the beginning of the season. But they brought in Nana Uwasu Ansa, who we had agreed to sign for I think it was 50 million or something, but add-ons that would lead up to about 100 million. And then signed Jude Bowler from Watford, who was probably their best player. They didn't need him at all. Their team is so goddamn stacked. And here's that Owen Widenau guy that we tried to sign. I think we offered more money, but still didn't get it. So many players out on loan, it's ridiculous. Their team is so stacked. Actually, they got rid of Golovin, which is good, because he always scored against us. But they've spent 145 million already in January. They came in for Rian, and they offered up front, it was about 50 million, with add-ons leading to about 80. But I figured if you're going to play 100 for Owusu Ansa, who's valued at 64 million, and Rian is top of the top in his ability, I think his left wing in the league, he's probably in the top 3. And to pull our best player away from us, my opening offer was I would be willing to let him go for 180 million with being paid 20 million the next 3 years or so. And then they're like, yeah, that's way too much. Rian asked for them to be willing to negotiate if he came in with a better offer or more reasonable offer. So I was like, okay. They came back in with about 75 million 50 something million up front, 20 over the next 3 seasons, and a few add-ons and whatnot that added up to about 90 million. But for me, I want at least 150 up front, because if we want to replace the goals and the assists and the overall ability on that left wing, it's going to cost us at least 80 million to buy that player. And if we sell Rian, we're probably not going to get a very fair valuation for him. So my minimum is about 150 million, all prices considered. But I want a minimum of 100 million up front. But he doesn't seem like he's not happy. But I'd be willing to let him go if they hit that transfer. I can't remember what valuation I have him on. Transfer status. Yes, 195 million. That's how much I want. We've gotten a few offers. Leipzig offered about 60 or 70, but I want them big bucks. Like if Anawusa is valued at what do you call it, 106 million, he's a more creative player, and like you got to keep in mind he's 23, so he's going to improve still. So he's definitely going to hit them heights. So yeah, minimum I'm looking for is at least 150, which I think is a fair valuation in this current market, especially when City just splashed hundreds of million. I imagine after the season, Real will probably get sold for about 70 or 80 million, which is going to suck because he's definitely one of my favorite players on this team. I don't think like he's playing to teammates, but at the same time, like I think it's a fair valuation. But yeah, actually we'll go through our transfers as well. We've only brought in one. I need to adjust this. We have a few players going out, so that's not too big of an issue. But yeah, we've agreed to sell Francis Reed. I think you guys might have seen this last episode, but he's joining Houston Dynamo, I think it is, for like 65k. He's not happy to be here, but we're getting rid of him, so that's grand. Salom's been getting offers for loans, but he's not going anywhere. And we found this guy, Alessandro De Rosa. He looks a tasty little midfielder. 26 years old. He valued about 12 million. He's on 87 grand. But I'm looking at his stats, and he is an absolute baller. Like he's played 9 goals and 4 assists, 10 goals and 5 assists in all competitions from attacking midfield. It's not too bad considering he's out to Sassuolo. I think they're in the bottom half or midfield fodder. But like he's a top player. Get him on a free. He's going to be on about 120k, but he seems like he's going to be a decent player for us. And he's coming in on a free, which is all you can really ask for. Like he's been hitting high numbers last 2 seasons from centre of the park, which is just absolutely ideal. It looks like he's going to hit those that ballpark figure again, which is great. We've also letting Borner go out on loan to Grasshoppers. I just feel like he's not getting enough game time for us at the moment, so I'm going to offload him. And we've made 2 transfers. I think you guys can see him here, and we've sold a couple players. There's no other transfers but really Navarro for 18.5 million, valued at 50. The only thing that sucked after selling him is he now counts as English, so it's a little bit annoying. So he would count as towards our English quota, but it's grand. He didn't want to be. He was unhappy to be here, so we offloaded him, and we got a good offer for Christian Fruchtel. Norwich originally came in with about like a 3.5 million. I was like, you know what, we'll probably offload him. Yeah, that's a good value. We're not paying any of his wages, which is ideal as well. And then I realized I looked at his valuation. He was valued about 10, so I went, actually, no, we'll cancel that. And I just let him sit there, and I let them come back in. And they came back with about 10 up front and a few add-ons, and I asked for 11.5, and if he hits all these different milestones, we'll get up to about 17.5 million, which is absolutely ideal. Considering we bought him for about 4 or 5 million, 6 million, and we made pretty much double profit. He played 18 games, conceded 19 goals, 5 clean sheets, which is not too bad. So he's like keeping a clean sheet every 3.5 games or so. It's not too bad. Yeah, made 5.5 million profit on him, and more than likely make some more. He's probably going to play 50 games for Norwich because they're in their starting goalkeeper is about 36 now, so it wasn't ideal. And since we lost a left back and a goalkeeper, I decided to go buy a new goalkeeper, or a no goalkeeper and a left back. This Mixerica guy from Man United, his contract was expiring, but unfortunately we couldn't approach to sign him because he's in the Prem, and we'd have to wait till the contract expires to go in and talk to him, because you can't sign players from the same league for whatever reason. But yeah, so we went to Mixerica. Seems a tidy little player, 24, can play left wing back, so kind of like Janssen and Navarro and stuff. Bit taller, better mentals, good physically, technically not too bad. I think it's a good little deal. He's on 150k, which is a lot, but at the same time, he's joining for very little. He's valued at 36, and we signed him for 20. But it's really about 10 up front with 10 over the next 3 years. So like it's absolutely peanuts. And then I think there's one, and I think they get 5 million if he scores 30 goals. So if he scores 30 goals, happy days. But it's unlikely to happen. So it's pretty much like 20 million or 10 million for a quality player. So that's why I'm kind of going with the higher wage demands. And he was also on like 200, I think, at United. And since we sold our goalkeeper, I went in for an old familiar face, Ian Ryan, as our backup or rotation. Yeah, so we sold him for 20 million and bought him back for 17.5. But yeah, we just needed a backup option, and since what's his name, Pickford, is actually getting older and starting to degrade at a faster pace than I thought he would. Like, his pace and stamina is completely gone. It wasn't really there to begin with, but I'm just noticed he's really starting to go. And also, he could potentially retire at the end of the season. He hasn't decided yet. He's mentioned it though. But having Ryan as a backup option is a good going forward for the club, especially if we believe in him high and dry into the end of the season. I don't want him to get some shoddy goalkeeper in. And speaking of another goalkeeper, Mandas actually left Club America, I believe that's the team name in Mexico. He's after leaving and joining some club for like 10-15 million, and we got like 5 million out of it, which was great. I didn't realize we had that much of a bonus out of it. But yeah, so today we're playing Man City. I'm contemplating whether or not to go out with this team or to put in some of our favorite players. I've been playing Boateng in this center mid attack role. We're actually training him to be a center mid attack, just to help develop him and create a bit more versatility for him across the pitch. He was getting annoyed that he hasn't been getting played, but at the same time, I don't want to jinx up the formation too much. Unfortunately, Healer Mays had to step out of the squad for a moment, but I think throwing Boateng in, who's a bit more physically able, is a good option. And he also does tend to push a bit forward and create some space for our more central midfielders. We've also brought Simic back in the team. And Oxford actually has had to come in because Kara picked up a knock. He had a back strain. He's going to be out for about another month or so. We have Seth Vandenberg on the bench. Hagenu, he actually hasn't played at all this season. Borner and Sikora. We've had interest in Sikora. He's wanted by Watford. I'm half tempted considering selling him because he's just not playing for us. Like, he's played 15 times all season. I might just offer him to clubs. And I won't transfer list them, but unspecified, and we'll just see what we get in. If we can get because I know there were some German clubs interested in him. If we can get, how much did we buy him for? 30 million, was it? 35. If someone could come in with 50 million, I'd absolutely offload him. Just he hasn't really done that much for me. The only thing is that he's still so young. This is another issue. At the same time, maybe we should be playing a bit more. Arp has been scoring goals, but he's not been playing amazing for us. He still has really good finishing. That's our only issue. Who will we take out of the team then from? Everyone here can play in a load of roles. Arp can play on the right, so I actually might take Hurt out, considering that he can't play on the left. So we'll throw, where's he, Sikora there? And Sikora can play on the left wing if anything happens. And that's also my other issue for getting rid of Borner, because if Rion picks up a knock, I'm more likely to play Sikora there, just to give him game time. It's a bit of a weird one, but I just figure if we offload him, there's going to be more space, more game time for him out wide. Kind of doing a Rashford on it. But yeah, let's get into this game against Man City. They are the favorites, but we did actually play pretty well against them at home. So I think we can actually get something against them here. Let's see if this team can do the business. Salenve scored a bit of a banger, but we hit the post, I want to say 3 or 4 times in the last game against them, so we should be able to. Ironically, Mbappe's out on the left wing. He played the right wing last time, and he was terrible. He played like a 5.9. And they have Fornals and Teo Hernandez. He's still a good player. Oh, geez, he still actually has a good bit of pace about him. But Fornals is a free guy they signed, 19 million. He seems pretty decent still. But the only reason he's playing is because their main centre attacking mid, who they only have one of apparently, is injured like the remainder of the season. So I just thought it was a bit of a weird one. And here's that Owusu lad that I would have loved to sign at the start of the season. But he wouldn't join because we weren't in the Champions League. Ah well. We'll throw him out there. And also starting Laird over Janssen. Just I find whenever I've been playing him, he's actually been doing pretty well. And when I've been relying on Janssen, he hasn't delivered all that often. I don't know if it's just in games he's not playing well, but I just find he's averaging like a 6.4, 6.5, while Laird is usually around a 7 and above. So just keep him in it. And he's a bit of a better crosser as well, so that's another reason. Especially if we want to play from deep, see if we can get them off the ball. We're also going to hop onto balanced. I find positive hasn't been doing it for us, but if we can get that going. Out to Laird, Simic, Oxford, out to Boateng, Rion. We're going bang from there? Nope. And we may have a penalty. It's probably going to be a penalty. If it is, I think it'll be Boateng taking it, so hopefully we... Actually, it's probably on the edge of the box, rather than actually a penalty. Oh, it is a penalty. Okay, so, yeah, Boateng will be taking it. Come on, Boateng. I believe in you. Don't let me down. Praise be to Jesus. Okay, 2-1 up. I can't remember if it's the way goal rules in this, so I think it might just be total number of rules. I haven't actually checked in a while. So main thing now is if we knock out Man City, that'd be absolutely ideal because they're the kind of team you don't want to play in a one-off game because they can surprise you. But when it comes to a game of attrition, I find they're not as strong. Yes, I know game Boateng's been played out of position, but we're training him to play there, so just let it happen. I wonder, should we go a little more play shorter on the ball? Ooh, and Owusu picked up a yellow card. Ooh, I think I know what we're going to do. We are going to put pressure on him. Hopefully, and maybe tackle him a bit harder. Just rile him up a bit, see if he get himself sent off. That might be a good option because I think he's a quite aggressive player as well. He's not really, but he might be able to lose his temper a bit. Especially when you have Barrera at the pressing board. He's constantly going to be on him. Probably whispers up in his ear saying that he's a crap defender and all that. I'd like to imagine that anyways. Yeah, it's crazy that since I've been in the Prem, this Man City team hasn't done a whole lot. Like, it's actually bonkers. I've been finding that with a lot of people I watch, like Dr. Benji. Man City doesn't seem to be doing much. The teams that tend to challenge him are like likes of Chelsea, Man United, which is similar for us. But I don't know, Man City in this team is absolutely stacked. It's beyond me how they're not doing better. Like, I'll actually give it a quick check at the end because 2 seasons ago we won the league, then it was United, and potentially us again. I think we're about 7 or 8 points clear of second with 18 or 19 games played. I know it's not a lot. There's still a whole load of the season left, but you never know. Okay, Barrera is still not 6.5. Not ideal, but not the best ball. Hopefully they don't counter from this now. Good man Boateng winning the ball back. Out to Rion. Ooh, went close there. It looked like he just got in his face and yelled something at him. To Boateng, Rion, play it back to Boateng, out to Simic, out to Miranda, Oxford, out to Miranda, Simic, Oxford, out to Miranda, Boateng, Rion. Okay. I thought we were going to get across the back post and maybe with a cheeky Salambe header in. Out to Miranda, Boateng, Simic, out to Miranda, Simic, Boateng, Miranda, Oxford, Rion, Barrera. Not the best pass ever. Miranda regains possession. Rion, Mixera, Miranda, Simic, Boateng, Miranda. Ooh, not too far off. He's kind of reminiscent of shit, I forgot our old captain's name. Virtue, where he used to like just pick him up on the edge of the box and he just bang it top corner. You could always rely on him for a goal. Barrera's not playing particularly well, so we're going to take him off. We're going to get Sikora on. He hasn't played a lot of football in a while. Get him on advance forward attack. He's a big lad. He'll be able to get on the crosses and whatnot. And we'll leave Salambe out there for the moment. He's not having an amazing game. We might get Arp on that wide as an inside forward, just cutting in, allowing a bit more space for Laird to get some overlap. Okay, Okay. 66, 70 minutes. Shaw picked up a yellow card. He's actually been pretty good for us this season. We've had a few offers in for him. Chelsea and Man United, Chelsea and Man City came in with 2 offers, around 40 million each. Although if we're selling them, he's only going for that 70 million mark, because I think to get a replacement of his level, it's going to cost us about 70, 80 million. Like, there's not that many around that are of that quality. Not ideal, lads. Bring the ball back. Please do not give away possession. Oxford, Matatixia, I can never pronounce his name. Rion, Sakura. Oh, come on, Sakura, you gotta be burying that. Make a quick change. We'll throw. We throw on Arp. Where is he? Arp for Salamve. Okay, we'll play him as the wide poacher of sorts. And we're making interchanges. Xeria's not having the best game, so we'll throw in Teeman for him. Hopefully see if we can get a bit of Arp at the back post to smash a goal in. You know what, we'll go defensive for the last few minutes. We're probably going to score a goal now, though. Not a great header from Shaw. Just wide with Mbappe. Not too bad. Oh yeah, they're very defensive. Or they've gone very attacking. So we're going to pull this back a bit. Simic across. Miranda back. Boateng forward. Rion back. Arp can't really do a job. We'll play Boateng on the right wide. Wide right. Jesus, I can't even speak. We'll get him as a wide playmaker. Arp and Sakura up top. Get you on advance forward attack, and Sakura on complete forward attack. Kind of linking up together there. Let's go defensive and see this game out. We should also drop our line back because we play a very high line. To see this game out. Fuck's sake! Fucking last minute of the game. Of course, it was a fucking free kick. Go balanced, I guess. We'll see this half out. I think it's extra time. I wonder if it's straight it's straight penalties. Okay, thank God we brought in Arp. We'll throw in Boateng, Miranda, Rion, Teeman, and Sakura. Yeah, so we'll throw. Okay, actually leave Teeman last in case. And Rion and Boateng and Arp. Yeah, okay, Arp is third maybe. Okay, come on lads, come on. Come on, Pickford, you can save it. I know you can. Nope. Come on, Boateng, you scored one. Please score another. Good man yourself. He is lethal at penalties, so Asensio. Come on, Pickford. Save one for us, please. Jeez, ironically, both of these goals were set pieces of sorts. Miranda, come on, lad, come on. I fucking knew he was going to miss when he took that stuttered run. Come on, Pickford, save this, save this. I swear to God, whenever it's us, whenever that stuttered run happens, it always seems to just not go in. And whenever it's them, it does. Arp with a good penalty. Come on, Pickford, save this. Stop Owusu, stop Owusu. Yes! Come on, Sakura, dude. Oh, please, Sakura, don't fuck me over like this now. Thank be to Jesus. Okay, at least we're on level terms. Now Rion has to score. Come on, Rion, do not let us down now. You are a banger of a footballer, and hopefully you'll bang this in top corner to not get us knocked out, please. Good man yourself. Come on, Pickford. Keep it out of the net. Doesn't even move. And now it's up to Tiemann. Lovely, lovely, lovely. He doesn't actually have too bad of a penalty, but I really didn't want him to be our last penalty taker. Hopefully this one doesn't go to course like the bloody oh my god, right down the fucking middle. Our second time in a fucking penalty shootout and we get knocked out again. For fuck's sake. 90th minute free kick. Are you for fucking real? I think if we played another 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever long extra time is, we would have won this. For fuck's sake. Not good enough, lads. Not good enough. Really wasn't. Maybe we should have made some defensive changes, but like it was a free kick from fucking 35 yards out. How the fuck were we supposed to stop that from going in? Maybe a better goalkeeper. Only 30k, Jesus. And Shaw is always knackered, as per usual. This episode's actually gone on pretty long with the bloody penalty shootout, so we might end it there and come back for maybe the schedule. Maybe come back for Chelsea, Red Bull Salzburg, and then we can do Liverpool and the other Salzburg game. That might be an option. Yeah, we'll probably do that. Just to end the video there because it's gone on about 25-ish minutes now. So yeah, so we'll end the video there. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.